Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be going through all of the books that I have on my physical TBR. Not the books that I own, but just the ones that I haven't read, just because I have over 60 books I want to say that I haven't read yet. So I'm going to go through them today. I have several stacks of books next to me on my bed. The first stack I'm going to go through is going to be the one from the books that I keep under my nightstand. And the first book from there that I have on my TBR is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And then I have, this is where I keep all my Emily Henry books. So I have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And I have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry as well. And then the last book from down there is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I actually started this one in 2021 and never quite got completely through it, so hoping I can get back to this one at some point. The next stack of books I have is going to be from my bookshelf over here behind me. I'm going to start with the second shelf of books that I have, and from that shelf I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have Never by Justa Hastings, Daydream by Hannah Grace, Stonebound by Natalie Haynes. I have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, which if you saw my TBR video for the year, you'd see that one. I have Matching All the Way by Veronica Eden, Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, which you also would have seen in my last video, and First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, which you also would have seen in my last video. And clearly I have not taken off my Target stickers quite yet. The next stack of books I have is going to be from the, you can't see it, but the very bottom shelf of my bookshelf. And the first one on there that I have is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellers. And then I have 3 Taylor Jenkins Reid books. 2 of these are on my list for the year already. So The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, and Carrie Soto is Back. And then this one is also on my list for the year. It's A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. And then I have 2 thrillers here, Final Girls by Riley Sager and Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. And then lastly, which I'm hoping to get to this month, is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. And I have one more stack for my bottom shelf actually. So I have Collide by Bal Cabra. I have The Seaside Sisters by Pamela Kelly. I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which was also my last video. The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. Also my last video, Jackpot Summer by Alyssa Friedland. And I have Before We Were Innocent by Ella Bergman. Last stack of books that I have from my bookshelf are the top shelf, which are all my classics and my poetry books. So I have The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, which was also in my last video. I have The Outsiders by S.E. Hilton. Again, still haven't taken my Target stickers off. I have A Room with a View by E.M. Forrester, also in my last video. I have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And I have The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Those are all the classics that I have that I want to read. And then the last poetry book I have on there is The Way Forward by Young Pueblo. And then on top of my bookshelf, I have like a little bookend section that has my K.L. Walther books and my memoirs up there. So I'm going to go through the memoirs that I have. I have I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, again with the Target sticker. I have Matthew Perry, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I have I Told You This Already by Lauren Graham. And then I have You Deserve Good Gelato by Casey Rose, which is one of the books that I got for Christmas. And then on my TBR cart, my book cart that I have on the left side here, I have Into the Dark by Magnolia Parks, by Justa Hastings, the last book in the Magnolia Parks B.J. Ballantine section of the series. I have The Wager by David Gran, which I'm hoping to get to this year. The Fury, also by Alex Michaelides. I'm also hoping to get to that one this year. And I have The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which I'm also hoping to get to this year. These are the 3 that are on my TBR for the year. And then I have Dearest by Jackie Walters, And most of the books that I'm going through now are my book of the month books that I've bought, or that I've gotten with my credits. Then I have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. And then I have The Resort by Sarah Ox. I always call it The Last Resort, but it's The Resort. Then I have Middle Tide by Sarah Grouch. And I have Lisa Jules, None of This Is True. And I have a couple stacks of books that I usually keep on my floors because I don't have space on like my cart, and I was redoing it. And then I also don't have space on my shelves anymore. I need to get new ones. So of those, I have Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. I have The Shining by Stephen King. I have My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.L. Shen. I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, which is also on my list for this year. I have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I have another one of my Book of the Month books that didn't fit on my cart. I have A Winter in New York by Josie Silver. And then I have the Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I have the 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I have Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. I have The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks and Frederick Bachman's Anxious People. And as I was going through my books to kind of declutter my TBR, I found some books that I'm going to get rid of, so I'm going to quickly go through those. So I have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I wanted to start this series, but I don't think this is the series of hers I'm going to start with. I actually ordered Wild Love, and that's coming in today, the deluxe edition, so that the spines all match on the books. So I actually ordered that one today, and I think I'm going to start with that series instead of this one, just because there's less books in it right now. And then I have The Christie Affair by Nina de Gramont. This was one that I was interested in, and now I'm just kind of not, I don't think I'm going to get to it and read it, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I had Too Late by Colleen Hoover, which one of my previous coworkers had recommended to me, but I just don't want to read Colleen Hoover anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I have Lore by Alexander Bracken. I had picked this up because it was interesting to me at the time, and now it's not really something I want to read, so I'm going to get rid of that one. And then I have Good Girls Gone Bad by Susan Nadler. This is like a non-fiction about like women that were serial killers. But it's just not something that I think I'm going to get to right now, so I'm going to get rid of it as well. And then I have If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan. I read If Only He Had Been With Me, and it was mediocre for me, so I don't think I'm going to pick up this book. And then I have Trust by Hernan Diaz, which also sounded interesting at the time. It's a historical fiction about just after World War II, but I just don't think I'm going to get to it, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I have the entire Percy Jackson series. I wanted to reread this series, but I just don't think I'm going to get to rereading it like I will The Hunger Games, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And that's all of the books, sorry, my cat. That's all the books that I have on my TBR on my shelves, plus some of the books that were on there that I'm just going to get rid of since I'm getting in new books. I also said that I was getting in Wild Love by Elsie Silver, but I'm also getting in Alone with You in the Ether by Olive E. Blake and Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. So I actually, as I was putting my books away, I forgot that I had Swimming Lessons by Lily Reinhardt that I'm actually reading next because I'm about to finish A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, so this is another poetry book. And then I had set these aside on my bed and I completely forgot about them, but I have this copy of The Great Gatsby that I'm going to get rid of, just because I like the copy, but I don't really like the copy, and I already have like an annotated copy for my Great Gatsby book, and then I have like this pretty copy, and it's the, I can never remember, the Union Square and Co., their signature classics. So I have that, so I don't really need like a third copy of The Great Gatsby, and I kind of already have a third copy because I have like his collection of works that Barnes & Noble came out with. I think it's like The Great Gatsby and Other Works is what it's called. And then I have Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. I'm only getting rid of this copy because I have like the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition that I found in a thrift store. No, Half Price Books. I found it in Half Price Books. So there's no reason for me to have 2 copies of the same book. And then also Promises and Pomegranates. I decided I'm not picking this one back up ever. So this one's gonna go as well. So that was all the books that I have on my TBR. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.